Hey guys, welcome back to our Planet Coaster 2 Sandbox series. I just want to thank everyone for the support on the last video. Got a ton of love, so I'm excited to continue with the series. So first off, we got our plaza going, but now it's time to get some infrastructure for the rest of the park. So we're going to build some parking lots, some roads, and then we'll get the rest of the park going. So bear with me and let's get right into it. And I just got to remind you guys that this park does not have a name yet. So if you want to name the park, go ahead and drop a comment down below on what you think this park should be named. All right, guys, let's do it. And just like that, we have a cable bridge to the entrance to our park. So the plan is to build a parking lot on this side and have the entrance over here. And I wanted a road that inclined slightly all the way up here. So then you could turn into the parking lot and then cross the bridge over to the park. I'm planning on also having like a bus circle around here and maybe like an Uber drop off and pick up. We're also gonna have just a little plaza right here as well on top of our other plaza, but we just wanted it to expand. Not really set on the placement yet, but as soon as I start, paving the way, we'll have some character here. This took a little bit longer than I wanted, but it would have taken a lot longer in Planet Coaster 1 to build. We used these concrete pillars all the way around, and then to mirror it, I used the moving platform rotational. I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial out there, but simply I just built one side of this bridge, and it mirrored on the other side, and I think it turned out pretty well. The arches kind of inclined inwards. And then also these pillars are slightly at an angle when they meet in the middle. So it comes off a little bit more realistic. I asked my civil engineering friends and they said it's a-okay. So we're going to go with it. I'm enjoying this and we're going to go build the parking lot and some streets. So hang tight. All right, so I rewatched that clip I just recorded a couple days ago to see our progress. And man, it's a big old change. So we actually have a set environment now for the park. So we solidified the parking lot. We have some bus circles, and we also have the Uber drop-off and pickup area. I'm not set on the pathing of this, so don't worry. It's going to change here sooner than later. And then we also have some streets and a kind of blocked-off concrete look to hold up all this dirt and foundation that we have for the park, the exterior of the park, I should say. And then we also have some sidewalk access and different pavings. So my goal for the sidewalk was to have it elevated off of the concrete, which I think it does establish, and I think it looks pretty good. And then this was the hardest part, was sloping it down onto these corners. We're going to have another road up here somewhere to get to backstage areas. I don't think I should feed the main road up here and then turn it into another road to, get up to the places where we have shipments and stuff like that. So we'll keep that in mind going forward. But yeah, I do want to touch on some stuff. We have a plaza now. We didn't have that before. And we have some connections on the bridge. So place these paths down, put some concrete underneath of it, called it good. I think it slopes well. The angle on these slopes would fit well for like a wheelchair or stroller. You don't really have to worry about it. And we also have some exterior bathrooms. I'm gonna put some gates around this to be able to lock it up at night. Any other kind of mischief going on in there, sort of like sleeping or other stuff. And then we also have our main plaza here. So the plaza is gonna have, I'm planning on either having a fountain or like some sort of welcome sign right here. That would be the goal. I think it would look good. Another thing we added was these, I don't know what they're called, to be honest, but they're little blockades, so they separate the pathing. So I wanted there to be a gate for the backstage that we're going to have back here. So in order to kind of separate that from the rest of it, we put these little movable barriers in. I built these out of just hedges and I think I used beach balls down here just to make the wheels. But I think they kind of just, get across the point of what they're supposed to be. I also took the railings off of the parks map area. So that's all kind of cleaned up now. I'm still considering taking out these steps and just lowering it back into the ground, but I do like the depth that it adds to the area. this little center plaza over here. And yeah, that's it for this update, guys, but we will be continuing on, and I will see you guys very soon. So we started working on the parking lot, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not too happy with it, to be honest. And I'm making this kind of video edit just to show you guys it's okay to restart. Like, if you're not a big fan of something, it's okay to, you know, give it a different try. And what's the beauty about this game is you could actually save the park and then make a copy of it, essentially, and save it as a different file. And then if you're not happy with the way that your next attempt went, you can always come back to this one. So that's what I'm actually going to do right now. And we're going to see if I can make it look a little bit better. This just doesn't feel right to me, and neither does these roads up here as well. So I will be getting back to you. After a long time away and spending a ton of time on this, I think I spent like 3 or 4 days just building this part. We have a parking lot, and I'm actually really excited about it. I think it looks 10 times better than the old one that we built, and it's looking really nice. We have lines in, we have direction. I built a roundabout and perfected the bus circle and the right drop-off area. It's looking pretty good in my opinion. It's not perfect by any means, but in my eyes, I'm excited that it looks this way, because if you were to be outside the theme park on a roller coaster or something and see this looks like kind of what you would see in real life. So I think we'll start with the roundabout. We have a main circle right here that leads into it. I looked at a couple different roundabouts to create this one, which is why I'm still not 100% sure if it's perfect or not. I got the lines in, got the yield signs and the arrows going, so I know those things all look pretty much correct. If you enter the roundabout up here, you're going to see a crossing. I found these signs on the workshop. Also, I don't know if I touched on this before, but these lights as well I found on the workshop. I don't remember who made them, and I was trying to find them, and I was missing out. So whoever made these, thank you very much. If you want to leave a comment down below, I will pin it. I also have parking signs over here from the same people. And then, yeah, we'll start with entering the roundabout. So we have the crosswalk, enter the roundabout. Let's say if you want to, you know, drop somebody off or pick someone up, you're just going to enter this roundabout and come off on this exit right here. You're going to circle around, and you have 2 spots to pick up and drop off. There'll be like some seating over here and over here, and then they'll circle around, and they can either come here too, or they'll exit. And then on the exit, pretty simple. You just enter the yield, and you're immediately back down. And then also, if you want to keep going and go parking, you just come off on this exit, come all the way down, and you have, what is this? How many lanes is this? 8 lanes? Yeah, you have 8 lanes. Come down here, and you have your parking ticket booths, and that's where you enter the parking lot. This is temporary right here. I'm going to actually draw some lines on it, so don't worry about that, but we do have an actual parking lot, and I'm very pleased with it. It's flowing pretty well. I'm going to add some more sidewalks across and some foliage to make it look pretty, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with it. We have sidewalks all the way down, and then we have an exit road as well. It's going to be a 2-lane exit road. You just enter here. There's some yield signs right here if you enter here or here, and then it'll dump you out over here. This will be our grid. Hopefully one day we'll add some shops and like gas stations and stuff like that, and then a freeway as well, but kind of on the back burner, not really caring about it right now. I kind of want to just get to the park as soon as possible. And then we also have this entrance to our backstage area for larger trucks and stuff like that. Shipments, anything you'll really need to drop off. We're going to have a toll booth right here, or security booth, I should say, that lets people in and out. So not everyone could come through. And they'll just drive up, and then this will be the start where we'll have back roads all the way around the park here. Yeah, guys, this is what we have for now. I'm going to keep going and see what else I could do to sharpen this up. So I'll get right back to you. It looks a little different than it did before, doesn't it? So we actually expanded the parking lot, and we also started some, storylines here. So we have a paved sorting area now. The only way I could make this work was to have the lanes merge into each other. I'm not set on these. Actually, I'm probably going to get rid of them right now here. Let's just get rid of these. I'm not set on those yet. I also don't know how they're supposed to look in something like this. So we're just going to leave that out for now. This was like the biggest fuss, is just making this flow well. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it does look better than it did before, especially with all these like little pylon things that we had. We have that going. We also have crosswalks now through the middle of the parking lot, which is nice. We got 3 of them. So I think that'll make traffic flow a lot better. And then we also have stop signs located throughout and lights. If you notice, we also pushed forward this way, so we have more parking for our guests. I think that's as much as we'll probably need. I'm going to say, for as far as storyline goes, this used to be a old parking lot, which you're going to see over here. And they totally redid this entire area, including this road up here in front area. So we're going to say that this is all brand new, and they spent the money. I'm not sure how they got the money or why or how, but they have the money, and they built this new parking lot and new bus circle and all this other stuff. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We continued with the exits over here, and I think it flows better. And then you're going to see with this old little parking lot area that we're going to say this is the old parking lot, and that, you know, we're using this as backstage now, essentially. So we'll do a little bit of a showing. So any building back here, I'm going to be straight up, is from the workshop. These are little trailers. I do remember who made these. It's Mr. Moose again, that built the trash cans that we use throughout the park. I'm loving his creations, so compliments to him. And then we also have these shipping crates that throughout. And I'm not sure who built these, but they work really well. You see that a lot in theme parks, where you have shipping crates all over the place, just dumped off by trucks. So I thought sparsing dropping a couple around here would do the job. The surrounding wall, I just used the chain link fence, and then I used the canopies to make it look like, you know, you don't want to see in there the construction, quote unquote construction. So it's all temporary fencing, but it kind of just like pushes the look from it. And then it's also green, so, you know, you're not supposed to notice it, but you obviously notice it. And then we're also going to say that they built some permanent buildings back here. So these are just shops that I also found on the workshop, and I made 2. I just copy and pasted them to make it, you know, look cohesive. I think it fills up the space nice. And then we also hid some goodies back here. Maybe some theme park vloggers will see it through the fence and be like, oh my gosh, they're adding blah, blah, blah. They're adding a B&M. Crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, no, we finally have some flow here. Also started working on the bus circle a little bit. We have an entrance area to the buses. The plan is to have 1 bus that goes around, but maybe sometimes they have 2, so I put 2 entrances. And then lastly, we started actually texturizing this bus area. So these bus lanes are going to go around. We added some fencing in. We also added our back road back here and to this backstage area. A lot of theme parks like to make these areas look nice because it's the first impression of the park. So I added some hedges around here. It blocks the back road back here. It is a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. And then we also added some trees. I'm going to try keeping these trees to this entire area so it looks cohesive. I think it would look good. And with that, I think we're going to start closing it up here, but I will have one more update for you guys. So stay with me and we'll be getting there soon. Welcome to the final update of the video, guys. Our park is starting to blossom. The whole thing is starting to take shape and form, and we're finally going to have the chance to work on the actual park. So I'm glad we took this episode to develop this entire area and kind of outline the park where it's going to be. So as you can kind of see, we're going to have this entire area to work with. Hopefully I won't go all the way out here and just kind of keep it small and steady, but maybe depending on how big the series gets, we'll push it forward. But the plan right now kind of just keep it in this kind of box over here, and then build the rest of this out to give it some more infrastructure and make it look nice and pretty, and give it some nice detail. What I do want to touch on is you can kind of see our little theme kind of coming together. First off, I raised this canopy area to make it have better clearance. Eventually we'll have signs up here so you know where to enter, as well as the price to enter, and then we'll also have like a height marker as well. When you come in, you'll notice also as well that there are blockades here, so pedestrians won't get hit. They'll be separated from the actual parking lot. I do need to add, not these specifically, but some blockades, smaller ones, so people can't just drive onto the sidewalk. That's going to be a later problem for me though, so we won't worry about that right now. We also added some more foliage, so you'll see this kind of, I took this little area and kind of just pushed it forward for the rest of the bus circle. So I tried keeping the theme pretty close, but no tree is the same. And when I say that, I mean the scale is not the same and the rotation is not the same. I hand placed pretty much every single one of these trees. We added these same blockades on this side of the barrier, and we also have some seating and trash cans and all that stuff for the ride and drop off and pick up. We also added some entrances for this side of the bus circle as well, and this is where you're going to be dropped off on this side of the bus, but you know, some seating areas to sit down and wait for your friend to show up or something like that. I don't know. As you can see, we still have some blank areas that need to be addressed, but we'll be getting back to those eventually. I'm kind of burnt out on working on the parking lot, I'm not going to lie. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Hey, take care.